45 desert tortoises from the Desert Tortoise Conservation Center were released into the wild Friday. This is the second to last translocation of tortoises before the center closes. Fish and Wildlife Assistant Field Supervisor Mike Sen is looking on the bright side of the center's closing.
But what we really want to do as the Fish and Wildlife Service is recover the tortoise. What's most important to us are the populations in the wild. And the captive population, well, we can translocate them in the wild. It's very, very expensive to do that. And we would much rather use that money, that limited funding, on the ground to do conservation recovery actions to try and recover the tortoise populations in the wild. But the biggest problem that we have is people will have multiple tortoises and then we have backyard breeding. And tortoises can lay a clutch of multiple eggs.
The center still has about 40 hatchlings for their last translocation that will stay at the facility over winter. All tortoises released back into the wild go through a thorough inspection.
They have to have at least a 90-day quarantine period. They have to have multiple health assessments to make sure that they don't show any visual signs of any type of illness. They also do blood draws to make sure that they're healthy. And then, like you saw today, they were injecting them with a saline solution. They basically go in just below the armpit. And the tortoises have a cavity in their shell, interstitial space, where the water goes and stores, and it doesn't affect their organs or anything. And they'll absorb that water into their body, and that will get them through the winter.
In preparation of the center's closing, a dozen of Las Vegas veterinarians have been trained to sterilize tortoises to help keep the populations down in captivity. This year, 50 tortoises have been sterilized and adopted out into the community.